Hey guys, I wanted to come in and share some differences between Ultimate Portion Fix, 21-Day Fix, and To Be Mindset as far as the nutrition components and the nutrition plan. Because I know some of you are considering buying Ultimate Portion Fix or To Be Mindset, and you're not sure which one, or you're wondering how is Ultimate Portion Fix different than 21-Day Fix, and all very, very good questions, and I know it can be confusing, so I'm gonna try to clarify some things. I'm gonna try to talk fast because I have a lot of information to cover, and I know your time is precious. So I'm gonna show you in this video, first I'm gonna tell you about my own thoughts on both programs because I own them both, I've done them both, and I actually implement principles from both of the programs, and I'm talking about Ultimate Portion Fix and To Be Mindset. I follow principles of both, and it depends on my schedule, my season of life, what events I have going on, and I have found extreme value in both programs and having done both programs, but I would not recommend buying both programs at once because they are both highly intensive courses. You are buying essentially a series of videos that are teaching you step by step the theories and the principles and practices behind both nutrition plans. Now there are differences, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there is nothing mind-blowing about these two programs. They are both going to teach you about healthy eating and all the things that we already know, like drinking water, eating our veggies, making sure we're staying within certain portions. But they do have very unique strategies too. And you will find that you're going to pull things from both of them or one, whichever one you choose to start with, that are going to help you. And what I found, because I dove into both of these programs well after I started my journey, and after doing tons of my own research on nutrition and our bodies and how what we eat matters, I still took things away from both of these programs. And if anything, what I took away from them was just a newfound motivation too. Because I really believe that as you're on your own journey, the more you learn about the why and the how of things, and especially behind some of the theories of both of these trainers. Autumn and Ilana are the creators. Autumn is the creator of Ultimate Portion Fix. Ilana is the creator of To Be Mindset, and they both have different beliefs around things, but they also both have a lot of similarities. And once you hear them, because both of them are the teachers of these courses, first of all, you hear about their beliefs and their backgrounds and their just everything that they've put together for themselves through their own journeys. But you really learn about their why behind this and their passion behind it. And I don't know, it's just a really cool way to get deeper into the programs that we have. So let me quick show you how these two are different, how they're the same, my own theories, and then I'm going to show you in my bot account what the programs actually look like, and I'm going to show you the physical materials you get. Okay, so here we go, and I'm gonna cross my fingers that my screen is going to share because I recorded this entire video yesterday and nothing worked. So I hope I have it fixed. So before I start to share my screen, the two programs, they're both nutrition courses. They both are a series of videos that will show up in your bot account once you purchase them. But along with the videos, you also get a selection of physical materials. So I'm going to start with the physical materials you're going to get with Ultimate Portion Fix. So Ultimate Portion Fix, first of all, how is this different than 21-Day Fix? Essentially, it's the same program. The containers, it's those little color-coded containers. And all of us have access to the 21-Day Fix meal plan. We all have access to a meal plan within our bot account, whether or not we purchased one of these nutrition courses. You have PDFs available to you with all the plans, with all the calculations, with all the food lists. And in fact, I shared the whole Ultimate Portion Fix plan with everybody for free, which I'm really kind of going against the rules doing that, but I did edit it out so that you're just getting a small portion of it. But really what you're buying with Ultimate Portion Fix is you're buying the videos. You're buying the in-depth training that Autumn is providing. She created a 21-day fix plan, and now the ultimate portion fix is her going deep into how did she create it? Why did she do it this way? What do all these different food groups mean? How did she make the food list? She goes into meal prep. She goes into incorporating with your family. She really goes deep into all of those areas in videos taught by her. So with the Ultimate Portion Fix plan or package, you get a hard copy of her Fix8 Volume 2 cookbook. So this is literally just a cookbook with all recipes that are aligned with the Ultimate Portion Fix or 21-Day Fix meal plan. All your color code containers up here. Lots of awesome recipes that I have flagged to try. Everybody has access to Volume 1 in BOD. We all have access to that one. So this one you get a hard copy if you buy that pack. You get the daily logbook. So this is a journal. It is a journal meant to be used for the 21-day fix plan. I think it's a 4-week journal. I don't know if it's gonna reverse it or not, but basically it's a tracker. And so if you have no idea where to start with tracking, this is a perfect place to start. I personally don't use this tracker because I've been doing this so long that I have come up with my own trackers that work for me, and that is based on trial and error. So again, this is a journey of figuring out what works for you. And if you have no idea where to start, this is a good place to start. And then you get the Ultimate Portion Fix workbook. This is an amazing resource, and they did not have this with 𝗬𝗎mindset, and I think it was a mistake, but they made 𝗬𝗎mindset first, and then they made Ultimate Portion Fix. So this is literally a book that Autumn put together that goes page by page with her video. So it's all aligned. So like video 1, and then she outlines what's covered in video 1. And then there's a whole notes page, and you can see my OCD notes. I actually typed them and then taped them in. Don't judge me. And so it literally is a book to keep track of every video, video number 3, what that video covers, and a place for your notes. Okay, so this is an awesome, awesome guide to make sure that you stick with the videos, because you do have to set aside time for these, you guys. Don't buy these programs if you're gonna not watch the videos. You have to set aside, 10 to 15 minutes a day to watch a video, take notes, process the information, and then implement. So if you don't feel like you're ready for that, then don't buy this yet. But you also have lifetime access to the videos. Even if you ever cancel your BOD account, you still have access to the videos. So anyway, she goes through every single, plan, the regular plan, the vegan plan. She does a deep dive into all the food lists, talking about how those are created and tips and stuff there. So that's the workbook. Looks like this. It's really a nice quality book too, if you care about that. I do. The other thing that I love about the Ultimate Portion Fix workbook is there's a whole section in the back, and I know this is like, it's nothing fancy, you guys, but I actually use this. I pull this out a lot, and I reference my food list, and actually I also keep in the back of mine, I keep my Post-it notes of like all my food scale measurements and like things that I'm like constantly doing in the kitchen over and over again that I want to be able to reference, because I pull this out a lot when I'm like doing my meal prep or when I'm trying to plan out my week. So that's what you get with the Ultimate Portion Fix program for the physical materials. You also get a whole other set of containers. You can never have enough containers. I use my containers all the time, and I love having multiple sets of them. And then I want to quick now share my screen with you so I can show you the actual section of BOD where you find your nutrition program. So if you're up here, you have to access, you can access from your phone too, but I'm going to show you on my computer. So click on the nutrition tab. And then what you'll find is after you've purchased either of the programs, they're going to show up here. If you haven't purchased the programs, you won't see them here. So I have both programs, Ultimate Portion Fix and 𝗬𝗎mindset. And so basically it's showing you this is 137 videos. Don't worry, they're not all the videos of her teaching. Some of them are recipe videos, but you get a ton of resources, you guys. It's insane. So I click on Ultimate Portion Fix, and just like a workout program, there's the overview of the program. You can read that. Actually, you can't read it because you don't own it yet, but it gives you obviously the overview. And then the video section is where you find all of your content. So this is where everything is broken down into the different modules. And I'm gonna quick go through and just show you what the titles of these are so you can get a feel for what you're gonna be learning about. So getting started, and then it tells you how long the video is, so you can plan ahead, you can schedule these into your day because I know we're all busy. Each video usually has some kind of PDF resource with it. A lot of the PDF resources are also included in the workbook. Some aren't though, some are just printable and they're optional to use. So make sure you to look at all of those when she is teaching you. So then we've got module 1, foundations of fix. So again, here's the example, like video 1, introduction, video 2, why portion control, video 3, what does balanced macronutrients mean? So she's going really deep into how she created this. Like her system for creating this wasn't just like, oh, let's just pick some colors and make some containers and have at it. Like she has science behind this. She talks about food addiction, talking about what's your why. Module 2, picking your path, she goes into, there's really 3 different paths you can choose within this program. The foundational fix, which is very much like 21-day fix, very basic. Then there's timed nutrition, which comes from the 80-day obsession plan. So for those of you that were around when that came out, she came out with this amazing, very intricate time nutrition plan for people that are really gung-ho and they want like the killer results. You can do time nutrition. And some people have found that that is just what, you know, did it for them. And then there's carb cycling, which is meant, she's a bikini competitor in her past life. And so she knows a lot about how to tweak your carb intake if you want to get some short-term results really fast. Now, caveat, the carb cycling path is not meant for you to be like, oh, I'm in a carb cycle so I can lose all my weight really fast and then be at my goal weight. No, carb cycling is not a long-term sustainable way to eat. And she's very clear about that. But I love that she shares her knowledge of that because carb cycling is a way to drop some weight fast. She goes into containers 101, finding your calorie bracket, to being vegetarian vegan, which is awesome for me, diving into the food list, diving into the vegan food list, talking about what's free in substitutions and talking about, you know, just all of that and why things are free. So all of these videos, you guys, you can see the links. Like this is a very intensive course that you're getting. Module 4, meal prepping. She really goes deep into her tips and tricks for meal prepping. She also goes into, in the next module, I think it is, for family, like how to get your family involved. Talking about this plan incorporating with children. She talks about her son. She goes into her favorite recipes for kids. Module 6. Talking about eating out, special occasions, fast food. Module 7, going into pre and postnatal, supplements and Beachbody supplements. And then additional resources. So just so much, you guys. Like there's so much in here. And it's really interesting. So that's what you're getting with the Ultimate Portion Fix. And that's how it's different than 21-Day Fix. The difference is this is the deep dive into what the 21-Day Fix plan, where it came from, how it started, and all the things behind it. So then, also the resources tab. So the resources tab will give you all the PDFs that she talks about. And then there's also a whole recipe section. Again, there's recipes galore everywhere. And then you also have all the 21-Day Fix real-time workouts, which I'm pretty sure we all have in bod anyway right now. Okay, so that's Ultimate Portion Fix. Now let's talk about To-Be Mindset. So before I jump into To-Be Mindset and what you're getting, let's talk about the difference between the two. So I'm gonna pull up a little picture here. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna pull up, so let me just try something really quick here. I want to make sure you guys can see this because it did not show up in my video yesterday. Okay, so should be able to see this. So here's a good picture I found online of somebody who did the work for me, and it really talked about the difference between the two programs. So I know I'm talking really fast, you guys, but I don't want this to be very long. The programs are different, but they're also very similar. Ultimate Portion Fix, it's really her main thing is the containers. It is a structured program telling you, okay, you can have this many containers of each of these food groups each day. It's external. It is specific portion rules, so you calculate it based on your body weight, based on your goals, based on how hard you're working out, and maybe you're not working out, then your calculation is different. It's calorie bracket based, although we are not counting calories, you are counting food groups. It is portioned eating. You're portioning out your food, you're measuring it out using those containers so that you are staying within a calorie range, but again, you're not counting calories. So you're taking out that kind of crazy component of it. It is structured. The Ultimate Portion Fix plan is more structured than 2B Mindset. So if you're someone who feels like you need that, you need structure, that's gonna help you, then that is the plan that I would suggest starting with. This is the plan that helps me the most. And the reason it helps me the most, I'll just share my own personal background. I came from a background, and I think most of us do, I knew nothing about nutrition, nothing. I ate the unhealthiest foods for many, 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 many years, all through my childhood into my early adulthood, and ended up over 200 pounds. And I had no clue that the food I was choosing was doing that to me. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't really know to what extent nutrition mattered until I started learning. And because I was I love food. I love eating large amounts of food. And my background was, I also started with Weight Watchers back in the day. So that was also a very structured format for me. And so that's what I was familiar with. That was working for me. And so this was the program plan that I was drawn to. Now, when 2B Mindset released, I was also very drawn to that because it really sounded like a new way to approach food. And it is. And I'm so thankful that I have done both programs because I learned so much from both of them. And so again, I can't say that one is better than the other because it totally depends on the person. Like, you're going to pull things from both programs. So what I would suggest is, if you're not sure which one to start with, I would look at this list and think which one would be best for me right now in my current situation with food. And then start there. You can always do the other program later on. It's not going anywhere. So 2B Mindset was created by Alana Malstein. She is a registered dietitian. She lost 100 pounds herself. She also had the story of an overweight childhood. She was at fat camp, she calls it, every single summer, where she would lose a lot of weight, and then school would start again, and then she would return back to the cycle of eating all through school. And every year was a cycle for her. And she learned herself how to break that cycle. And what she's done is she's packaged up all her theories and practices into 2B Mindset, teaching those things. And her theories are more based on internal controls, your mindset around food and your mindset around weight loss, your mindset around the scale. Because I'm going to put the caveat in here and just kind of a warning. Her program, her theory is that you need to weigh yourself every day, and not to become obsessed with the scale. Her theory is actually opposite. You weigh yourself every day to kind of desensitize yourself to that scale. The scale is just a number telling you your weight based on the gravity of our earth. You know what I mean? So it's like, she's just telling you that is one teeny measure. And why do we put so much focus on it? And she really does teach you how to desensitize yourself. So you step on it and, oh, okay, that's my number today. And then what she teaches you is how to track your food in a way that you're not restricting your portions, you're not restricting what you eat, you're not restricting anything, but what you're doing is you're figuring out, when you eat a certain way in a day, how does that affect the scale the next day and the next day? And you become your own, like, seriously, your own detective. And yes, you have to track your food. Both programs encourage tracking. I encourage tracking because that is how you see patterns. That is how you stay mindful to what you're eating. Tracking is not a form of restriction. Tracking is a way to see your own patterns. And you can only see your own patterns when you have it on paper. If you just think about the patterns you have, you won't see them because we all have our own blind spots. So her method is based on a visualized plate method. And I'm not going to really get into that too much, but basically her method, rather than having containers, she has her practices where you look at your plate, and it is 50% of your plate a protein, is 50% of your plate a healthy carb, is 25% of your plate a fruit or something, you know what I mean? So she goes by percentages, and she also uses this plate method. Now think about that. Plates vary in different sizes. Percentages are not a certain amount. And so that's where the flexibility comes with 2B Mindset. It's very much guided by your own internal feelings of hunger and learning that. And she really is about volume eating. Like, she loves to eat a lot of food. And that's what kind of drew me into her program too. And a lot of her recipes are heavy veggie based, which is amazing because we all need more vegetables. And when you eat vegetables, you can eat a lot of them volume wise. It's much more flexible than Ultimate Portion Fix. Now, based on that, you have to decide which one seems like would be a good fit for you. And like I said, you might get through both of the programs, and like I did, you're pulling principles and practices from both. Okay, so let me stop that and show you then what you get with 2B Mindset, and then I'll show you the BOD back end, and then we'll be done. Okay, so with the 2B Mindset, you get kind of the program guides. They're a little bit smaller, kind of the same thing though, like all the information. This one's kind of like a little mini guidebook, her food list. She does categorize foods a little bit differently than Autumn does, but you guys, essentially it's the same thing, just different ways of looking at it, different ways of approaching it. And you're gonna find, like I said, that their different theories will either click with you or they won't, and you gotta figure out what works for you. There's a getting started book, a little teeny one, her little recipe book. She's got some amazing recipes. In fact, this, I gotta find it here. This cabbage steak and homemade Thousand Island dressing, oh my God, I love it. You get a tracker with hers as well. I did use her tracker for a while. This is what it looks like, day one, or one day at a time. I like her tracker. I like it a lot, actually. I just, I don't know, this is just too big for me. So I like to print my own and make my own. And, but again, it's a great, I always encourage people, you guys, you have to try a lot of different trackers. You have to try, try tracking paper and pen, try tracking using an app. Here was another tracker that I had for a very, very long time, a teeny tiny little notebook where I literally just wrote down every single day. This entire thing is filled up, you guys, of me tracking my food. And you have to find tracking that works for you. And I'm constantly changing too, because I find that when I change up the way that I track, I also stay a little bit more motivated because I'm trying something new. So those are the physical materials. The other thing that you get with 2B Mindset, which I don't have in front of me, is the water bottle. You guys, I thought to myself, I don't need another stupid water bottle. This water bottle is the most amazing water bottle ever. I know that sounds weird, but it really is. And I didn't know that until I got the water bottle. Okay, so let's go to my bot account and I will show you what 2B Mindset looks like. It's gonna look almost identical to the Ultimate Portion Fix because you're getting the same thing. You're getting the video course. It is a lot less videos, but I'm not gonna tell you it's less content. It's just organized differently. So 2B Mindset, so here we go. Same thing, videos are here. Same type, it's gonna be organized into her different sections. Getting started, before you begin, learning the 2B Mindset, introduction. She's got these principles called the 2 bunnies, looking at a new way to look at food groups. She goes into each of the food groups that she has, how she's categorized things. I will say that her way of categorizing food is slightly more simplistic than Autumn's, which is sometimes good. Accessories is a food group for her. She has a very different viewpoint on like sauces and seasonings, mayo, peanut butter, those kinds of things. Those are considered accessories. She goes into her plate it method. So that's where I talked about that visualized plate method in practice. She goes into each of those for each of the meals. Talks about mindset. I love her. She has got this amazing little system for if you want to eat more. Like, what if you finished your meal and you want more? Her theory on this is just brilliant and I love it. It's called the More Sure method. She does a tour of her kitchen. She does the same thing as Autumn, takes you to the grocery store, kind of points out different parts of the grocery store, talks about eating out, social events. So the same areas, but now she's giving her take on all of these things. Traveling. She has an Ask Ilana section with more just short, helpful videos with common questions. She goes into some breakfast, Shakeology recipes, those kind of videos. She's got some really good recipes. She's very creative in the kitchen. I actually love following her for her recipe ideas. More recipes. She does have a section here for office hours. Now, I would have to double check. This might be because I have an extra subscription. So don't quote me on this section. This might be here because I'm paying extra for it, or I paid extra for it. So, but she also does amazing, if you follow her on Facebook, you should follow both of them on Facebook. She does some amazing live videos where she gives just free tips and free value all the time. She's a really, really amazing person. I really enjoy following her. So that's To Be Mindset. Your resources tab is also where you can find additional stuff, and they're kind of adding to this continually. For example, under the resource tab this last month, no, where is it? Under the recipes tab, they just added this section. So it's 17 holiday recipes, and it's just a PDF, but all of these are, you can print them, you can save them, you can download them. And so she's just, again, this was just added. So it's something additional. I didn't have to pay extra for this. She's kind of continually adding to her repertoire of delicious recipes. And so it's just, I just love it. I just think Beachbody has done such an amazing job of providing two very unique nutrition plans as a place for people to start and to just find some structure and routine with one of those programs, and then seeing how that works for you, working with me, working with the group, trial and erroring until you figure out what works for your body, which takes a very long time, and just a constant learning journey. So that is the difference between the two and what you get with both of them. And I hope that helps you make any decisions for those of you that are considering purchasing one of those programs. Like I said, I own both of them, so I can answer more questions if you have them. But I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up there, you guys. And I hope that video wasn't too long. I can't even see how long I was recording for. All right, we are done. Okay, have a good day. Bye.